Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Doodle Robot and today we're going to look at my finished and whip pages for February and March of 2023. So these are mostly my finished pages here. We're going to get this out of the way. We're going to start with most of the whips. There's one whip I'm saving for the end because it's in the Dracula book, so those people who don't like to see such things can click away at that point. Okay, so this is one of my Take My Books to Work books. Cool, by Angie Grace. This is a whip. It's in progress. Been working on it for like 3 weeks. A little bit before I went on spring break, and then there was spring break, and it was the thing I took to Vegas when I didn't have time to do anything in Vegas. And I've been pecking away at it all this week. Now I got to use my stencils in the background. That wasn't there. That's from a stencil. The design that was there was just the center design. It's not a black and white. This isn't in my black and white book, so it's not going to be black and white. It's going to have color. I want to do a really bright color around the edge of this kind of mandala in the center to differentiate it from the background. And then I want to do some colors in both the background and the foreground. Take my bag, this was my Vegas bag as well, but my Take My Bag to Work, it used to just have microns and Papermate flares, but I have since I went to Vegas, I put a whole bunch of gel pens in. I think Jelly Roll Metallic and Moonlights, not all of them, just a few of each kind. But I think that's what I'm going to use for the colors here. I have no idea what I'm going to do, as I just work on it a little bit at work, and it comes together how it comes together. So it's just a nice meditative moment, which I desperately need at work. So that was cool. One of my newer whips is in Keep Calm and Color Tranquil Trees by, is it Marcia or Marika Zotino? I have another book by her. I think it's that Cat Mandala book, My Cat Mandalas, or something like that. It's new. This is one I just, I didn't just start. I picked it up. I had drawn this border on and painted it. I have some paint left over from another project that I've been trying to use up. Still have more to use. So I had prepped that background a while back, and oh my goodness, after a very stressful week, I thought once I got done with spring break, all the hard stuff was done like the 2 weeks before. I thought we could just sail on through the rest of the year, but no. My head exploded on Wednesday. Yeah, so that dream died. But anyways, once that happened, though, I kind of lost momentum on all my other projects, and I just wanted to pick up something easy. So for this one, like I said, I had prepped the background with paint, and I drew that border on. I was just using some of my, and one a hoo-hoo, but some of my Tombos. I want to use those more. No, and this Tombow. I've only started the tree trunk. I have to put different colors of brown in there. But I've only laid in kind of back coats. I went to town here with my stencil. I have a bead stencil somewhere. I don't know where it ran off to. Oh, here it is. It's special. It has its own little case for some reason. It's like the first stencil I bought. I just bought one. So I wasn't going to stuff it in that plastic thing every time. I couldn't even get it in there. I believe I bought this stencil at Blick. So it's cool. But something was calling to the background that it just needed. I thought it needed a 60s vibe. So we're going to go with that. I still have a bunch of kind of doodling to do all over the place now. Like I said, I have to finish the tree trunk, but I want to doodle all over the place, make lots of my little dots like I always do. Maybe some dashes. I don't know. We shall see what else we're going to do to it. So I relax when I'm just too stressed to think, as my job often ties me in knots. I have to reach for something simple and doodly, and I'm finding just now, like 2 years of coloring, I'm finding that I can reach for design-based things and just kind of peck away at those, and that brings me some nice stress relief. Not so much like regular coloring pages. That doesn't do it for me. But now that I've discovered that, it's nice to know that, my coloring doesn't have to grind to a halt. Another whip, Desert Muse by Carla Magana. There was a video about this. This was still using some of that paint. I took this color and mixed some darker and some lighter, mixed some yellow into that and some darker ground colors into that. It was a video about making harmonious paint schemes for yourself, color schemes for yourself. And I'm looking forward to this one because although this is acrylic, I'm looking forward to painting the focal point stuff in my new Hemi Gouache, which, since buying it in February and being sick and then busy and out of town, I have yet to dive into, but I really want to dive into that. So I think I already know what I want to do these. I want to do these purple, like lavender, although they'd be the biggest lavenders I ever saw, but they look like that to me. So yeah, I look forward to diving into that one with my gouache paint. Another ongoing whip is in Chinese by Coco Wayo. This is a buddy color with Be Cozy. We've been doing this buddy color a while, both of us, having trouble getting the momentum going here, life, adulting, and all that stuff. But I'm hoping to, get it done in April. This is all going to be alcohol marker. It's all alcohol marker thus far, and I think I'm just going to use my new Hemi Gouache on the magnolia branches and the cherry blossom branch. And my viewers told me what those were, so thank you very much. So it's fun. I'm enjoying this page. I just need a little downtime from the stress, though, to get back to it. I tried to get back to it. Like, I did this when I was all nice and calm, and I did the background. And then I tried over here when I was stressed. I'm like, I already know what I'm doing. I got all the colors. I know the strokes, but I don't know if you can see, but I can see, like, a totally different, like, here I was calm, and this is not calm coloring. Like, I totally see the difference in it. I don't know if you can. It's probably just me, but yeah. So, hoping to get back to that in April and May. And then I've got the Night Voyage. I took off the dust cover. It's over there so it doesn't get messed up, because when I work, I twist my books all around, and dust covers tend to get dirty and ripped when you do that. So, this is another buddy color. I'm way behind on this one. This is with Colored by Maya. She's already done with hers. I'm still plugging away at it. This was an altered page video. I drew on all these mandalas, and I have since kind of splotchy style did watercolor over them. I'm doing the background with just dollar store metallic markers. So I have to finish that. And with these mandalas here in the backgrounds are going to be very cool colors, and the foreground stuff will be warmer colors. I'm going to, some of the areas, because I want the splotchy colors to show through, but I'm going to do either color pencil or watercolor marker or gel pen on the mandalas here. But I want the splotchy watercolors to show through here and there. So yeah, I really like how that's coming along. Alright, so those are the whips that I'm going to show you now. Like I said, I'll show you another one at the end when I show the Dracula book, which has maybe images not everybody wants to see. So my black and white book, Amazing Patterns Zen Doodle. This is by Joseph Raby. He spelled his name wrong here, though. on the YouTube, he spelled it different. I think there was a typo there. And so in February, we did this one. This is kind of a book buddy color with Carrie Kay. And just the other day, sorry, I'm not very prepared. I should have written it down. Another lady on Instagram says that she is also doing a book buddy color, a black and white book. So we have people kind of joining that group. It's not really a group so much. It's just people announcing that they're doing it. So I'm glad it's catchy. But I thoroughly enjoy the black and white book, and that has inspired me to kind of do the whole take the book to work thing, and I have more take the book to work things over here. But this is the solely black and white one. So that was February, and then, yep, this one was March. I really like Marches. I like the movement spiral thing of it. Now, his designs kind of look like this. They're all slightly different, yet, you know, he has kind of a style. And sometimes I add things, sometimes I take away, sometimes I'll combine a whole area and do it black. Not all the time. Sometimes I just leave the area, like here. I just left it as it was drawn. I didn't add or subtract anything. I believe these areas here were all white. I just blackened them in. And you can see, like, I add a lot of dots, because I don't necessarily want to do everything black. Sometimes everything doesn't need to be black. So yeah, I really have a fun time in these. Very relaxing and meditative, which I thoroughly enjoy and need these days in my life. So that was the March black and white one. I don't want to burn out on this, so I just do one a month, and then I move on to another design book. That way I can give, you know, all of my books a little bit of love. So once I finished the one in February in this book, I moved on to this book, and this was my Take My Book to Work book. I think I said that wrong. But anyway, and I always start out with the black because that's what's in my bag. And for this one, I decided I would add in all my Papermate flares to the bag. That way I can use them up. They're just some colored things that I want at work. It's just a very limited set. But they're useful for paper like this. They bleed through. They're water-based markers, and they bleed through. So it's not like you could use them in an Erie book or a Johanna Basford book or something. So they're very limited in where you can use them. So I figure this is the perfect thing for them. They're nice, but they're kind of slow going. So I figured I'd use them up in this manner. So for this one, I was working with the black at first, and then I added in the pink, and then I was kind of working back and forth with the pink and black. And then I decided, oh, this looks like a tapestry or a Navajo weaved rug or something like that. And I'm kind of influenced by where I live. I live near all that. And so I added the third color. This is just an Ohuhu marker from the Skin Tone set, water-based. And it's kind of a purpley brown color. So I like it. That just made it sing, I think. I really like how this one turned out. So again, my Take My Book to Work book. And then when I finished from my black and white book, the one in March, I took this one to work. This is new to me, Modern Damask Motifs, Karen Lewis. And I did this one. I started out with the black. And then I decided, one night at home, oh, you know, I want to use that. There's a lot of space to color here, and there's a lot of color on this one. And I used alcohol marker. And it's good because I felt like, you know, there's always all those alcohol markers in the pack that you rarely use. There's the ones you use up first and they're gone, and then you got to get like a whole new pack to replace those colors. This is a way to use those colors that don't get used as much. So I chose 3 colors. There's a super light color here. I don't know if it looks like a color in my monitor, but on yours it might look white. So there's that color. It's also there. There's no white on this page, so anything that seems white is super light, kind of peachy pink color here. There's a light, medium, and a dark for our purposes that I chose of colors that rarely get used. And I really like how it came out. I mean, that is the way they kind of do damask designs. They're usually kind of a dark tone and a light tone, or a matte finish and a glossy finish kind of thing on damask wallpapers and fabrics and stuff. So yeah, this book lends itself really well to the whole black and white thing, as well as kind of the monochrome color. I really like it. It's a good book. So that was my second or my fourth time taking the book to work during February and March. And we're on into the finished pages. Abstract Boho Coloring Book by Acrylic. This was my after in February, way back in February, when I was so excited and my Hemi gouaches arrived, and I had to have a play with them. And these are my great books. I have 2 of these. I got them for acrylic painting because sometimes I just like to sit down and paint flat acrylic paints. It's very relaxing, kind of like doing designs. These books are great for that, but they're also really good for experimenting with mediums that you don't really know or understand. Nice big spaces for that. So I sat down and just played with my gouaches, trying to get to know how they work, how they don't work, etc. and so on. The amazing thing is no bleed through whatsoever. And gosh, was this Amazon paper a champ? Look, I mean, it buckled, of course, but like, wow, it didn't pill, nothing like that. I'm kind of impressed with this Amazon paper and the gouache. So hopefully other papers and other coloring books will bode as well. So that was just having a little play, a little experiment. No pressure, just seeing what stuff does. How many coats different things take, how different ways to put on the coats. Like in one area, I mean, you can go back and watch the video. I think in one area I tried to lay it on super thick, and in a different area, several thin coats worked much better, or something like that. I have to check my notes, but yeah, that was fun, having a play like that. One weekend I needed a break and just took out the Strawberry Shortcake book and did a quick alcohol marker page. This is exactly like the iconic version of Strawberry Shortcake from the 80s. She didn't have the strawberries behind her, the background, but it was, when I typed it in, I'm like, oh, that picture's in my book, I'm going to do that one. So I tried to make it as, pretty much exactly like the iconic image that it was. It's alcohol markers and I think just white, either Posca or Jelly Roll. White gel pen. I don't know which. I'm guessing gel pen because the white turned pink on the strawberry, so it was probably gel pen. Yeah, that was quick and easy. I like that one. Easy win. And then again, based on the historical version, this is a buddy color with Jackie Fuller, also known as Spare Room Studio on Instagram. The classic comic coloring book we did. This is a big book. I have to move you out a little. We did the Frankenstein page, and both of us just fashioned it after the historical version of the comic book cover. So there's slight variations in our colors, probably. I mean, I had mine on my phone, and I matched it as close as I could to what my phone color said it was, and, different monitors have different settings. So pretty much ours are exactly the same. So. And I just did my technique, my no bleed through technique of put the water-based marker on, go in a different direction 2 or 3 times, whatever it takes to get the color and or the streaks out. So that was a fun one. Isn't he so cute, like pressing his little people there? That's hilarious. I love that one. So thank you, Jackie, for doing the buddy color with me. I appreciate that. And another buddy color. Actually, this all might be buddy colors. This was the February one. My group buddy color in February. Let me get out my notes here. We have a big group buddy color. Yeah, Magic Dreamland. We gain people and we lose people. This month, in February, it was me, Carrie K, Colorful Pirate, A Cluttered Life, who has since bowed out, but we've added other people. So, if you want to just do one with us, that's great. If you want to do a few, that's fine. Inksmith, Johanna, Bubble of Coloring, Luna's Coloring Corner, Stephanie Napolitan, Happy Catastrophe, and for, let's see, that was February. For this month, April, Vero R. Salinas has joined us, and who now has a new Instagram channel. So all of these people joined in, and I'm sorry, they're all more techie than I did. I think most of them included like all the photos in their February finished pages. I don't know how to do that yet. Sorry. Maybe when I retire I can learn that. But yeah, I was not inspired by this page at all. So, I think I was doing it when I was sick in February, and I was just like, I'm like, it's my group, I have to do it. So, because I wasn't inspired at all, I decided I don't get to use these enough. So I have the Collegiate Semi-Moist Metallic Watercolors, and actually my Art Philosophy Metallic Pastel Accent Colors. Art Philosophy has one just like this with all the same colors. It's one of those white labeling situations. I hardly ever use these. I just don't reach for them. But I wanted to use them. So I got them out. I was totally uninspired. I think it was actually this pack more so than the other pack. I could be wrong. I got them out and I just started with a pink somewhere. And that started the whole thing. Because I'm like, I gotta do it. Started with a pink in the clouds. I'm not sure if these were supposed to be clouds, but in my page they're clouds. So there is lots of shiny metallic paint. There's some flat coloring with Prismacolors here and there, just as a different texture. There's also acrylic paint back here, just a flat thing because there's so much glittery goodness on there. This lady reminds me of, she's got a very kind of Native American Kachina doll feel to her, as well as kind of Inca, Aztec, Mayan. She's somewhere in that range of cultural styles, I guess we'll say. So I kind of painted her like that. I saw her little outfit. She's kind of a tree, but I saw her outfit as kind of a slinky dress with her little cloud tree fluffy stuff on her dress. So that's what I kind of saw it at. I really like how it turned out, even though I had trying to be careful with this one because glitter's going everywhere. This is kind of a generic gel pen. I have since gotten rid of those, but I used on her the black of her dress. It's a shiny black pin. That was fun though. Once I really got going with it, even though I had no idea where it was going, it just kind of developed a life of its own. Our buddy color in this month, February, March, yeah, in April, is going to be this page. This is called the Little Dream Eater page. So this is like a Dream Eater monster thing page, I guess. Or maybe it could be a hat. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're going to do this month in April. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, and my other big group buddy color, this one was for March, this month. And in this group, we have, oh no, I took my paper out. Okay, we've got Mid-Century Modern Animals. We've got me, Carrie K, Colorful Pirate, colored by Maya, Johanna, Tammy Colors 2, and Happy Catastrophe, and Stephanie Napolitan. And I believe everybody this month did it except for Colorful Pirate, perhaps. I think she was ill, so she didn't do it. And that's fine, totally fine. No pressure. Love this book. This month it was the owls, and like I said, you can visit all those people's channels or their Instagram pages and see their finished pages. A lot of them are techie and kind of put them all together in a thing. By the time this airs, they will have, it's April 1st, so it's not going to go up for a little while. But all I saw when I looked at this, I think it was supposed to be snowflakes. It looked very snowflakey, and they were very small little things. I made them into big flowers. I got to doodle. I went doodle crazy here. So like for this one, it was just this kind of pinwheel kind of design, and I got to do dots and little shapes and all kinds of things. I did that for most things. I think that one is kind of as it is. It just got colored and dotted and stuff. The sun, I even added rays and stuff like this. The back is just flat matte acrylic paint. The owl and the sun and a few flower starts are based in alcohol marker. And then the rest, I think all the details are put on with acrylic paint pens. and a few details inside the owl as well. That was fun. This one made me happy. Oh, and I kind of looked through the book to add the stems and leaves to the flower. I looked through the book for like inspiration of how they made their flowers. That might not be a flower, but there were other flowers that kind of had that sort of very straight line stem thing somewhere in here. Now I won't be able to find it. Maybe. Yep, now I can't find it. I know I saw it in here somewhere. Kind of here. All right, well, can't find it. But anyway, so that just came from another section of the book. These little areas, which I don't know what they were supposed to be, snowballs, snowflakes, I have no idea. I decided they were dandelions, like those little white things that you blow on and they just float away in the wind. So, yeah. I enjoyed that page. This page makes me very happy. So, thank you guys all for doing the buddy color with me. I finally, in March, finished Johanna's Christmas, a Johanna Basford book. I had this almost done in January. I was trying hard in January to finish this. And I just had a little bit more leaves to do and the leaves of the holly and the ivy there. But yeah, we worked on this in December and January mostly. All of February it was put away. I didn't pick it up again until March, I believe. Yeah, March. We did the plaid on that was a color plaid with me kind of video. And that's all paint and acrylic paint markers, acrylic paint. Even the gold is an acrylic paint pen. This is just block colored acrylic paint in the backgrounds, and that's acrylic paint gold. The leaves and birds are based in alcohol marker and then Prismacolor on the top. So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I especially like making the plaid. And doing the birds, like trying to figure out a way to honor Johanna Basford's designs that she likes to do. I changed them into cardinals. Because cardinals, it's kind of an American Christmas thing, Christmas cardinals. I think where Johanna is from, they're a different bird. The cardinals would actually have like little mohawky thing up there. But yeah, I made it work for me. So super cool, super pleased with that one. All right, so now we have the Dracula book. So if those of you who don't like such imagery can, check out now. Thanks for stopping by. So in Dracula, we have one whip, and this is a buddy color with, we're running out of room here. This is a buddy color with Carrie K and HCH Coloring, a new person I'm doing buddy colors with. So that's Heidi at HCH Coloring. This is kind of tentatively called the orgy page here. And it's done with silky gel crayons. And I'm trying to show the sparkle for you. And just a silver jelly roll metallic pen thus far. So the colors, the purple and the pinks, are the silky gel crayon. The black is acrylic paint. We got this kind of acrylic paint, apple barrel. And also for the design work, I switched to various sizes of Posca pens. So two kinds of acrylic there, and like I said, the silver gel crayon. This is also just the torn pages are done with silky gel crayons, and I'll show you a finished page one that we actually did together on a video. I have, this week was the week from hell at work. Wednesday my head exploded over ACT stuff and lack of preparation by the school district on that. Our ACT test is Tuesday, this is Saturday. Tuesday. We have yet to know what rooms we're in, who's proctoring, where students go. We should have been telling students all that beforehand. Not like Monday or Tuesday morning, but well beforehand, and that hasn't happened, so my head has exploded. It's the perfect cap to 3 years of hell in the school district that I've been in, but why would I expect anything less from the admin here? It's amazing. But anyways, I kind of lost my momentum on this page at that point when I blew up at the vice principal. And then the second day I blew up at the superintendent. Yeah. Anyway. But I have tabs open on my computer. I've been like researching the heck out of this. I had some serious momentum going. I thought I was going to finish, but not so much now. So I have tabs open on like flowy white vampire dresses and vampire paintings and all kinds of stuff. I have images from the movie, the Bram Stoker's Dracula movie with Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder and that guy, Hannibal Lecter guy. I can't think of his name right now. Sir something. Anthony Hopkins. I think that's it. I have, what he wore in the movie. I have tabs of Shea Lounges open. I vacillate what I'm going to do with the carpet area here. I'm going between several different color schemes there. And then over here, I was researching, this book takes place and is written, I believe, in the Victorian era in England. And I've got a rosary picture of a black beaded and black cross rosary. And I'm gonna put that over here, and the cross is gonna be upside down because it's kind of symbolic to the whole vampire culture thing. So maybe a little blood splatter there. That's kind of the plan. All those tabs, I have tabs for everything for this one. So I'm super excited about that one. Thank you, ladies, for doing the buddy color with me. They may both be finished in March here. I know Heidi was done. And I think Carrie Kay said she was going to finish. So I'm behind. I'm going to be spending April and May catching up on buddy colors. I'm not going to be doing any new buddy colors except my group ones and one other with Heidi. Actually can show you what I'm doing with Heidi. Finally, because people have been asking for it so much, so I'm like, oh, it's a perfect buddy color because several of my viewers have been wanting me to do one in Futuristic Worlds. So we're doing this one in April. Sad boy. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, April and May, I'm just going to finish up a bunch of my whips and stuff, so I can just have them done before I move. So this was a whole, all the way through video on doing kind of old paper and blood splatter. We did the old newspaper with silky gel crayons, and I think one diverse B gel crayon. And the water-based markers to darken out here. This is just acrylic paint. Out here, the black. The black here, because these letters weren't colored or anything. You had to color them in yourself. I used the Arctic's acrylic paint pens, which are not like the Ohuhu and the Posca paint pens. They're a much thinner paint, and they're not very permanent. They're almost like watercolor paint or something, India ink or something. I don't know. I was playing with my new blood spatter stencils. This is like a coffee cup ring stencil here. I went on the whole story of how you get your coffee or your blood to taste like coffee, to be coffee tinted. You'll have to see that video if you want to know about that. And I'm not going to explain why I know that. I just do. So yeah, I used my stencil to get a lot of the splatter on there. And then I just did it. I went over it with red acrylic paint. I talked about how I made the very bright, vibrant red into look like blood. Kind of used color theory for that. So that was fun. And then I just got to make little splats all over the place. Super fun, super easy, quick. I enjoy this book. And because of this book, I bought another book, kind of by the same publisher and kind of in the same vein, but not Dracula. So yeah, that has been my February and March whips and finished pages. I thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful week. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.